What I'm holding here is by a company called Graphics, and it is Grip. It is an outdoor foil film. Another common one used out there is called asphalt art. Now we've run both of those in our demo center, and they both work quite well. There are some caveats. What this is for is this is actually a foil based. When you peel it away from the liner, it has almost like an aluminum foil here. It's going to go outside on an irregular surface like concrete or brick. And it is a short to medium term outdoor ground graphic or floor graphic that in addition has a natural anti-slip surface, which prevents you from sliding across it. This stuff prints very well in the latex. It looks gorgeous. A couple things we found. One, it likes the take-up roll. I think it has something to do with the nature of this material, which has a lot of its own memory. I mean, it's very unique. And both the Grip and the asphalt art have these very distinctive characteristics. Now, the trouble is it's a little expensive. So putting it on the take-up roll without printing it on it, that's a little tough. What we've found is when I run this without the take-up roll, the text tends to elongate. And it does that because it really likes to be on the take-up roll to allow the mechanical path to work properly. We found that once it's on the take-up, everything looks gorgeous. So we have brought it out to the front of the printer and then put a leader on it, sort of taped it on, and then put that onto the take-up roll. So it always has take-up tension onto the material. That seems to be pretty successful, and from what I can tell from some of my end user base, that seems to be the best way to approach this. Obviously, nobody likes to waste an expensive outdoor media where you have to put it all the way through the take-up roll and then you lose that to print on. This material is going to take a beating. You can't put it out on, say, streets where cars are going to drive over it because the car tires will tear this up quick. But it's very good for directional signage. So in my HP demo center in Atlanta, we have arrows with this on it where people walk through and it kind of tells them where to go. It's great floor-based directional signage. It goes on very easily. Each of these companies have clear directions on how to use it and can also be removed. Some things I would consider. I have kind of a theory, which I'll share with you in several of these videos, is the more expensive the material, the more willing I am to add another finishing step like a water-based or a film-based laminate to give the thing extra protection. As the cost of the thing is less, I worry less about that because obviously it has a different price point. Something like this occupies a higher price point. It's a complex, interesting outdoor material. It's foil-based. So I would consider, depending on how long you want it to be out there, putting a water-based laminate on it to give it a little extra durability. Keep in mind that anything that is on the ground, especially outside, just takes such a beating from so many things. Not just the sun and the UV rays, which are going to pound down on it incessantly, but also all the suitcases that are dragged over it, bicycle tires, people's feet. This stuff is going to wear. So I do like, or would consider at least, putting a water-based liquid laminate on it. A caveat with that, if you do so, just please do so with the understanding that that laminate you put on could change the constitution of this and alter the slip resistance some. It may not have any effect at all because this has quite a textured surface and is by its nature going to be a lot more slip resistant than just walking on regular concrete. But do be aware that when you add a third thing, it may change the nature of the slip. You want to be aware of that at least. But I like both of these products. For short to medium term outdoor, they work real well. They're pretty cool. Be careful when you load them in the printer because you don't want to run your heads against this. This is a very harsh, textured material. It would probably be pretty forgiving. I've known a couple people that have taken a couple print heads out. It's bad to take a print head out. The good news is it's a latex printer and they're inexpensive and you can replace them, but you don't want to run into it. So pay extra attention when you load this. Make sure the SKU is right. Make sure it's on the take-up roll evenly before you release the job. Don't run it unattended until you're pretty confident everything is working properly. But again, Grip, asphalt art, outdoor foil-based graphics, we print them all the time on the latex printers. Have been for years. They work great.